Hello everyone, welcome to the Learn to Meditate Sahaja Yoga program, that's being hosted from Canberra. I can't see you all, but good to have you here. Yeah, the session today is Learn to Meditate. So I thought we could get into a little bit of theory. and then have a practical session, which is the what we call the process of self-realization, and then get into an actual meditation session. So, man was born, and then there was fight for food. We got there. We as they say, we conquered the nature. It's a silly thing to say, but basically nature um, permitted us to have food and so on, while making us feel that we have conquered her. And then the next stage of the evolution is having shelter, from hunter-gatherer to having a shelter, and then storing food. So it has always been about surviving the toughness of the nature. And then we moved to a next stage where we learned to hate people. So we had wars, and then the wars finished. They never finished, but the big wars finished. And then after that, we got into the industrial revolution, and then saw our success in the materialistic achievements. And then today we have, on principle, on paper, we have everything we need for most of us, or at least in the developing countries. You have a house, you have food to eat, children are fine, and yet we have this whole gap of feeling unsatisfied. Perhaps perhaps the root cause of all these wars and stuff is some sort of dissatisfaction. So where to from here? I thought one slide would explain that a little bit better. We'll just have a look at that. So we often, we're very proud of getting from an ape stage to somebody who's walking. We lifted our neck and started to walk on our 2 feet and started to walk straight and so on. And then we have a choice. And that is a choice where either from this stage where you're standing and you're pretty conscious of your successes and failures, and then you can become a QR code. Basically, everybody has a digital identity, and you're defined by your online life. You're defined by the number of TV shows you watch. You're defined by the conversations you have about the new in thing. Could be fashion, could be TV, could be media, and so on. And unfortunately, a lot of people make that choice. Perhaps there is another choice, that you start to realize that you have a subtle system which can be explored in great detail to achieve, could call fulfillment. And in the spiritual realm of things, it's called seeking. So perhaps people who have come to this session have made their choices. I want to explore that side. Perhaps you have tried the other choice already, and you still don't feel satisfied and happy. Then maybe there is more to it. And I think that's where in the 1970s, Shri Mataji entered and gave a way of exploring that side of us. And we call this the subtle system. We'll get into a bit of detail about the subtle system, but Shri Mataji in the 1970s decided in her grace that people should have a way of exploring themselves. More so because that was about the time where a lot of the so-called gurus were exploiting people in the name of spirituality. And there's no dearth of examples. Funnily, even today, there are those kind of people which exploit the seekers in making a bit of money and so on. If they make a bit of money, that's fine, I guess. You're conned. But once they start damaging your internal system, I think the damage sometimes cannot be erased for the rest of their lives. So Shri Mataji thought this is the time to do it. And in that, what she said was that this is a process that should be free, like the air we breathe, like the water we drink, like we enjoy the nature. So she prohibited anyone from making any kind of money from it. And that is why these programs are run by volunteers all over the world. The philosophy being, pass it on. People have learned it, benefited in all sorts of ways. In one sentence, if you say they benefited by keeping a balanced emotional, physical, and mental state. And obviously, when you can keep those three in balance, everything else in the rest is fine. It's just mere detail. So what did she actually tell, or what did she actually teach? So to start with, she taught us that there is something called a subtle system, as you're watching here. In that subtle system, there is motherly energy at the bottom of spine. In the triangular bone, you see that coil. In Sanskrit, it's called kundo. So Kundalini is the motherly energy within you who knows everything about you, the kind of person you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, your potential, and so on. And that Kundalini energy is manifested in a baby when they're born. And one character of that is that when this Kundalini is connected to the fontanel bone, which is where it should be connected to, you feel that thumping that you see in the fontanel bone of children or the babies. However, as we grow and we learn to live the mundane life, do's, don'ts, egos, superegos. Superego is what is described as the habits, you can say. That connection breaks off or becomes dormant. And for some people, it's dormant until they go to the grave. So when you learn to raise this motherly energy, she travels in the opposite direction of the gravity, clears all these energy centers from the catches that they may have, and achieve what we call is a self-realization. Now, each of these centers has qualities. So, for example, this is the second center the first center is the quality of innocence. Next is creativity, satisfaction, and so on. And you see that these energy centers are also represented in your fingers. So why is that important? It is important because this connection is what makes you your own doctor. If my system has an issue, and that issue could be a deep-rooted issue, and that issue could be a daily issue, like, I'm feeling a bit low today, or I'm feeling annoyed today, or, somebody shouted at me, so I'm feeling a little bit insecure today. So these things can happen on a daily basis. And again, the reflection of those situations in your life can be felt on your fingertips. You can literally feel that on your fingertips. And then there is this energy channels, the center, left, and the right. Each energy channel represents different things. The center one is about the present. The left energy channel is about the past, and the right energy channel is about the future. So our life moves like a pendulum. Sometimes we're a little bit aggro. Sometimes we're a little bit depressed. And if we're always in that pendulum, then obviously all sorts of problems come. Families break, hearts fail, anger overrules, and it's more like a life where the horse is leading the rider rather than the rider asking the horse to move in the direction that he or she likes. So with a little process called self-realization, that magic might happen today for you. So if you could follow me in the process and just repeat the steps that I'm going to do with you. Let's see what happens. So first, we will put both our hands. We'll put both our hands on the lap. And then move our hand, right hand, in different ways. So left hand on the lap, your right hand goes to the heart first, and then to the left side of the left rib cage, and then where your leg meets the tummy, and then the left rib cage, heart, left side of the neck, the forehead, and then top of the head. All right. And let's do this while we have our eyes closed. All right. Let's put our right hand on the heart. And you ask yourself a very simple yet profound question. Mother, who am I? Mother, who am I? Put your hand on the left rib cage. And you ask yourself again, Mother, am I my own master? Mother, am I my own master? Ask this several times while your eyes are closed. Then you put your hand a little bit below where your leg meets the tummy and say, Mother, please give me pure knowledge. You put your hand back to the tummy or the left side of the rib cage. And you say, Mother, by your grace, I am my own master. Mother, by your grace, I am my own master. Your right hand on the heart. Say, Mother, I am not this body. I'm not the roles that I play in my life. I'm not the relationships that I honor in my life. They're all just layers on my spirit. So, Mother, I am the pure spirit. Put your right hand on the left side of the neck. Move your head towards your right shoulder. Say, Mother, I'm not guilty at all. Mother, I'm not guilty at all. Mother, I'm not guilty at all. Put your hand on your forehead. And you say, Mother, take your glasses if you're wearing them. Rest your forehead in your right palm. Say, Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself. Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself. Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself. Put your right hand on top of the head. And here you ask with full sincerity, Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. So I can have my self-realization. So Mother, please grant me my self-realization. Mother, please grant me my self-realization. Press your hand a little bit towards your head. Keep your attention where your hand is touching your skull on the fontanel bone. Let your attention stay there. When you're ready, you can bring your hands back to the lap. Keep your eyes closed. Let your life force stay on that point on top of the head where your hand is touching. Let's stay in that state while I play some music. We can slowly open our eyes. And for a moment, let's just observe what we are experiencing on our palms. The things to ask yourself are, is one of my palms lighter than the other palm? Or is there any particular tingling or itchy or prickly sensation in any of the fingers? And am I feeling any kind of cool breeze on top of my head when I had my eyes closed? Just make a mental note of those things. So now I'll play a small extract, an 8-minute extract of Shri Mataji's speech. And Shri Mataji has given speeches all over the world, hundreds of them. And one of the things that she talks about in this lecture is the Agnya chakra, which is the center number 6. Now in the modern world, it's not an overstatement to say that this is the energy center that is abused the most. That's because, everybody wants us to think about something they want us to think about. If you take the entrepreneurs, they want us to think about the product that they're selling. If it's conspiracy theories, they want us to think about the skewed concepts that they have. If it's these, fashion sellers, they want us to think about what they want to sell. I mean, they'll make all sorts of tricks, like you would be made feel inadequate if you don't follow that certain kind of fashion. Or you might be made in a very interesting way. You might be made feeling inadequate if you're not even watching some certain kind of TV show, because everybody talks about it. And you feel left out in a conversation, so you end up sleeping less, watching those, so that you can have a conversation with these people who are following a certain trend. So in all those mental loops, the way they do it is by getting your attention to whatever they want your attention on. So if you have that context, then it'll be interesting to listen to Shri Mataji, what she says about this energy center.
Which represents, as you say, the third eye, whatever you may call it. It is between the optic chiasma, and it looks after the pituitary and the pineal body. And as a result, we have developed two institutions called ego and superego. The ego is the one which tells us, I have done it, I am doing this. Both these institutions are sucked in by the enlightenment of this center. And that's how the thing opens out. And all your karmas are sucked in. So there's no problem of karmas. Only human beings think that they are doing karma. They have no sense of sin. They are completely under the bondage of God. So in Sanskrit they are called as Pashu, means under the bondage. But we are the ones who have got freedom. That's why we think that we have done this and we have done that. We should not do this, we should not do that. But when the Kundalini rises and she awakens the center, then both these things are sucked in. And when they are sucked in, then you do not do any karmas anymore. You just are in a karma. You do everything. I mean, I travel, such a lot, and I have a family, and everything is there. But it's just happening. I'm just seeing it. I'm not doing anything as such. So when you are also awakened, there's no obligation. It's just happening. It is so. is here where we should understand this center is bestowed upon by the great life of Christ. Christ is there. And they said that he died for our sins, died for our karmas, is a fact. Because when he is awakened, these two institutions are pulled inside. And you get your kundalini out there. It opens out. And this bone, which had been calcified, opens out. And the kundalini pierces through. And this is what it is that he died for our sins. But still the theory is extended that we must suffer. Why should we suffer? He has suffered for us already, and is already written by Thomas, who was traveling to India via Egypt, where he wrote the treatise, and he said that why should we suffer? Christ has already suffered for us, and he's talked everything about Sahaja Yoga. He said it is an experience of self-realization and everything. And that book now is out in England. After 48 years, they could decode the whole thing, which was found about 48 years back in Egypt, and is out now, and is beautiful. Gnostics is the name of the book, but is not so much appreciated by some of the people because it challenges the theories of sufferings and confessions and all this nonsense. Me or you? You cannot awaken yourself. You see, you have to have one enlightened candle to enlighten another candle. This candle, which is not enlightened, cannot enlighten itself. But there's no obligation. But you can correct. Once it is awakened, you can correct it, you can develop it. First, only few hair-like strands of this energy come up and open the fontanelle bone area. And then this flow of Ru starts flowing on you, and it relaxes more of the centers. So more of these strands start coming up. So you can develop it at your will by understanding it. But you cannot enlighten yourself by yourself.
When she meditates, she has great difficulty in maintaining total awareness. Why is this difficult?
Because it's not Sahaja meditation. All other meditations are artificial. You are in meditation when you are in such. Unless and until Kundalini is awakened and you are one with the divine power, still thinking all the time. How can you stop thinking? There is one thought that rises and another thought that falls off. Again another thought comes up and it falls off. It goes on like this, and we are dancing on the cusp of these thoughts. In between the thought there's a little space called as Vilamba, is the present. Either we are in the past or in the future. But that is only possible when the Kundalini comes up, then these thoughts become more lean and there's a bigger space left and you remain in thoughtless awareness. And that is how it works out. That's in the meditative mood you are all the time. You don't have to meditate because you are in thoughtless awareness. As soon as you see something extremely beautiful, extremely joy-giving, or a personality who is a realized soul, or anything that's so righteous and good, immediately become thoughtless. Immediately. It happens. You don't have to do it. You don't have to be in meditation, you just become. I've seen these days there are many children who are born, who are realized souls. And just I've seen them sitting before me, just sitting, not moving, nothing, just in meditation. Your pupils dilate and you start feeling the cool breeze in your hand. Even if you meet someone, it happens, if he's a realized soul. It's very interesting. There was a poet in India who was himself a tailor, and he went to see somebody who was a potter. Both were realized souls. And the potter was busy with his clay, you see, trampling it with his feet. When he saw this tailor, saw this potter, he looked at him, went into thoughtless awareness. And he said that, the poetry is so beautiful, he says, I came to see the nirguna, meaning the formless, that is the vibrations, I came to see that. But that is in person here. Such appreciation is not possible unless and until you are a realized soul. We always see the defects of a person. But such a deep appreciation of another personality is only possible when you are a realized soul. And then you are amazed how you are surrounded by such beautiful people.
Now let's keep both our hands on our laps. Then close our eyes. Put our right hand on top of the head. In our hearts, let's pray to the Mother Kundalini. Say, Mother, please help me to keep my attention on top of my head. Mother, please help me to establish my self-realization. When your attention is settled on top of the head, bring your hand back to the lap. Your eyes closed. Once again, just to make a mental note of how you're feeling at the moment. Now drop your right hand towards Mother Earth, left hand on the lap. And here we say, Mother, please clear all the problems on my left energy channel, so all the negative emotions drop off from my system. Mother, please help me so all my pure desires are awakened. Mother, please help me so my spirit feels the joy. Now put your right hand back on the lap, left hand towards the sky. And here you say, Mother, please clear all the problems in my right channel. Mother, please remove all the negative reactions from my right channel. Mother, please let me take only pure actions to help me achieve the pure desires. Mother, I am part and parcel of the whole. Mother, I am an insignificant part and parcel of the whole. So there is no reason for my ego to exist. Mother, please let me remember that I am a part and parcel of the whole, and that I am connected to the divine through my mother Kundalini. Let's put our hand back on the lap, keep our eyes closed. Let's enjoy this state of meditation for a little bit. So that's what we had for you. I'll stay around on Zoom if you have any questions. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Thank you for turning up. Bye.